You're listening to a Soul Warrior Moment with Gurds Hundal.
A lot of people say, you need to serve others, you need to this, you need to do that for other people, but so many forget about ourselves. Now, there's something that I learned a few years ago which made me realise why self-love is so key. And actually, self-love isn't selfish. It's actually self-lust, because you cannot serve others if you haven't looked after yourself. Now, if you're the type of person that keeps giving to others all the time, but you never have time for yourself, how are you actually going to embrace yourself? How are you actually going to love yourself? How are you actually going to respect who you are and learn when to say no or when to do things that you actually love? The key is that we are always giving more to others, and it's good to give others, don't get me wrong, but you've got to work on you first. Now, me a few years ago, I was always helping others. I would, like I've said before so many times, I was a person that used to be on the phone till 3 a.m. in the morning helping people. But what was happening was I was actually draining myself. I didn't have any self-love for myself. I was always wanting to save others, but really I was actually needing to save myself. And when I realized that when you embrace you suddenly start to be yourself, you start to accept yourself, you start to see the connections in why you do what you do. But if you keep giving to others when you have nothing to give, you will crash and burn, you will get sick, you will get lots of illnesses, because your body is so powerful. Your mind and body, they're connected, and so when something's not right, your body's going to say, just not do it. Like, every time I was always doing things for others when I didn't really want to do it, my voice would basically dry up. I would have sore throats, I'd have headaches, aches and pains. You have different chakras, and your throat chakra is your expression. Now, when you're not expressing yourself, that's when you start to get coughs and colds. Your body's trying to tell you that you need to basically listen to your soul and listen to your intuition. And when we ignore it, that's why we get sick. I realised that self-love in a lot of communities, they say that you shouldn't love yourself, you should serve. But then how do you actually look after yourself? Now, if you look at actual parents, like mothers in particular, they're always giving to their kids, and that's a great thing. But when do they actually have time for themselves? I see a lot of mothers burning out, they're tired, they're stressed, they're worried, they're anxious because they've never had a bit of me time. Now, if they took maybe 30 minutes a day, or even and half a day off for themselves, they would have more energy to give, and the way they would see things and the way they would talk about their life would be completely different. But because of that mindset that we've had from old age, from years and years, that women need to always be helping, they forget about their own worth. And that was me in particular. I was always giving. I'm not a mum, by the way, but I was always giving, but I wasn't looking after me. And it's been several years on now that I know what I want, and I know what is acceptable and what's not. And when you know that, nothing will affect you. You will hardly get sick. I haven't been sick for 4 years. And that's because I learned to take time out for me. If there's too much stress going on in my life, I will relax. I'll take that time out for me. And if someone's saying I'm being selfish, I'll say, I'm sorry, but I cannot help you at the moment. And that's when they'll learn to respect your boundaries. Now, when you go on this self-love journey, people will say lots of different things to you.
To find out more about Gurds Hundal, visit getinspiredwithgurds.com.